Two top Biden administration officials traveled to Mexico today to meet with Mexico's president about an ongoing crisis at the southern U.S. border. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, along with other officials, met with Mexico's president this afternoon. President Biden sent them to Mexico during a time when border crossings have hit record numbers, up to 10,000 a day. Mexico plays a large role in the U.S. government's efforts to limit the number of people pouring into the United States. Fox's Rebecca Castor has our story.
As the largest migrant caravan of the year, an estimated 8,000, is on its way to the U.S. southern border, top Biden officials are in Mexico to urge Mexican President López Obrador to help drive down illegal border crossings. Migrant encounters at the U.S. border are reaching unprecedented numbers, with December on track to break the monthly record. The Biden administration is committed to expanding legal pathways for migrants, but says it needs more funding from Congress to do so.
It's about bad policy. If we would go back to the Trump policies of the wall, Title 42, and remain in Mexico, we would be in a different place on the border.
The president understands. He understands that we have to fix this immigration system. It has been broken for decades now.
Any funding for the border, as well as emergency aid for Ukraine and Israel, is on hold until Congress can agree on new immigration policy. Those negotiations resuming Wednesday, but any official vote is still far out.
I'm planning on staying at the negotiating table for however long it takes to get this done.
Meanwhile, in Chicago, migrants are hopeful this meeting between Mexico and the U.S. could push the White House to expand work permit eligibility to undocumented workers.
All we're asking you is for a permit to be legalized and to have a permit to work, to be out of the shadows.
The U.S. is hopeful the Mexican government can help deter illegal immigration by limiting travel across Mexico by train and bus, and also offering incentives to not cross the border. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox 4 News.
The mayors of several non-border cities are working together as their communities struggle with the surge of asylum seekers. The mayors of Denver, Chicago, and New York formed a coalition to find better options for housing this winter. New York is handling temporary placement of more than 68,000 people. New York self-identifies as a sanctuary city, but like others that said they would welcome refugees and asylum seekers, now they say they are not equipped to handle the overwhelming numbers.
We're the economic engine of this country and state. I don't believe any of these cities should be going through this. People are angry about the asylum and migrant. I've never seen New Yorkers as angry as they are now.
Both the Democrat mayor and the Democrat governor of New York have complained that the White House is not providing enough funding. New York City estimates a cost of $2 billion this year alone to provide food and shelter.